California kingdom of Boomeria, ruled with a velvet fist by the man at the organ, P.Q. LeBoom. Looks like a fortress, but to the king of Boomeria, this is home. He and his wife raised 2 children here. 2 children and hundreds of high school science students.
I was born nearby, and I teach at the high school here. I've been there 45 years, and I'm not going to quit. And when they find the corpse on the demonstration table, that's when they'll have to get somebody else. We started in 1953, whatever that comes out to be. My students got mostly junk, and there, you can see there's dowels from the hardware store, garden hoses, dryer hoses, and they've spent years working on the organ. And at the same time, we started having group activities, you know, like water battles and stuff, and then they decided, well, we should have something better. Build some towers and a castle and a place to keep prisoners. Got to keep those people under control. People don't believe this, and when my students go off to college or they go in the military, the first thing they do when they get back is they're up here with their cameras because nobody will believe them.
Who'll go with them?
Hey, Boom, Lance McVeigh reporting for duty.
All right, Lance, you may enter.
Lance is in pretty tight with the royalty, has been for some time. Organ player at Lance's baptism, Boom. High school science instructor, Boom. Now, like Boom, Lance is a teacher himself, but he hasn't quite outgrown the kingdom of Boomeria.
Permission to come aboard, sir.
Permission granted, you may enter.
Hey.
And here we have some new microphones to demonstrate.
All right.
The enemy isn't going to have a chance. Here's our station 3. Here's tower 2. And tower 6 on the castle. And then when we pick this up on the big ear, you can hear that's at least 200 meters away. Now, here are some new ones in the tunnels and catacombs. Just listen to this echo. Yaz! Gong! Hear that? Gong! You wouldn't dare put this on! Weird people, not weird houses. All right, we're all set to go. All right, take over, Lance.
All right. All right, so this is the Combat Information Center, also known as CIC, and CIC knows all. This is the basically the control center at which you can hear everything on the property. There are, I don't know how many speakers there are anymore, but you can listen anywhere on the property and you can talk to people. You can raise and lower the portcullis. Were there to be somebody, here's a map of the property, and were there to be somebody down in this section here, they would now be trapped, and they couldn't get out.
Trapped? Portcullis? Is this a home or a castle under siege?
This is his house, yeah. He lives here and has access to everything through the tunnels underground. He can go anywhere on the property he needs to go, just right through the tunnels.
Oh, somebody's at the gate. Guards! I'll go check the other control.
The best thing about this place is just that anybody can come. That anybody, you can ring the bell, and he'll just say, who goes there? And then he'll say, sure, come on in. The first time I came up, I must have been maybe 5 years old, and my sister was planning an attack on the castle. And we came in, and she was storing digging machines outside, digging tools.
Oh my God, and a daddy long way.
And the first time I remember seeing Boom was he was digging the tunnel to the engine room, and I saw him down there in the hole.
Expedition HUK.
Fresh air at last. The earth under Boom's castle is honeycombed with more than 120 meters of tunnels. It took Boom and his students 3 years to dig them out, and they did it with picks shovels, and plain old buckets.
So here we have the castle, the guillotine, the electric chair, and the stocks. The guillotine's really good for like cutting melons, doll heads, things like that.
The stocks and electric chair are strictly decorative, and Boom keeps the guillotine safely locked up. But their mere presence seems to keep unruly science students in line.
Okay, so there are walls everywhere that just make you vanish. And come out over here. And over here we have the main entrance to the catacombs from the castle to escape in the event of attack. Okay, so from the catacombs, I can go to the laboratory, CIC, the engine room, or even entirely leave Boomeria.
Leave Boomeria? We're just getting started. This is not a mine shaft. This is part of a man-made labyrinth that runs under an extremely weird home. A weird home that's about to get weirder.
All right, and in the lab, okay, so this is the laboratory where all manner of concoction can be created. Then I got into high school and I joined the science club, the Natural Philosophers. And the Natural Philosophers is the ongoing club that's been around for as long as Boom has been around, and they did most of the work up here.
Start the steam engines. Prepare the Tesla coil. Vacuum tubes on.
Boom is a big humanitarian, loves people, loves doing stuff for kids, loves his students, and loves to see what they can achieve. Classic eccentric science teacher. This is the engine room. So from here, we can control all of the water that is pumped to all of the hoses all over the compound. So you can have water fights, the water cannons. It also runs the filters for the pool, also known as the main ammunitions bunker. So these pumps pump the water from the pool to the hoses in the castle, which during big water fights, when you connect these, allow you to attack the enemy from the top of the castle. And then in the event the engine room is taken over, you can escape through the catacombs.
Boom hasn't had a good battle lately on account of the California water shortage, but he keeps his attack ducks on guard with a special ops backup team of geese. They're tough customers, all right, but unswervingly loyal to His Majesty.
About-face dismissed.
Is this what happens if His Majesty catches you littering?
Get comfy. Arms, please. Thank you.
Sound the 12 o'clock bell.
Each day at noon, King Boom rings the chapel bell to let neighborhood kids know they can come by for a dip. They head for the primary munitions bunker, cleverly camouflaged as a swimming pool. King Boom is known and loved by the parents of the kids, but then he probably taught them too.
I asked Mr. Boomer one day if he ever went into catacombs himself because they scared me. He said, "Oh no, it's too scary down there for me." So my kids like it though, and seems okay.
Not your typical science teacher is PQ Laboom, but that's okay because he doesn't live in your typical home. Breakfast, anyone?